All right. Let's do this. November 27. A few days early, but there's not really going to be any music happening the next 3 days. So I might as well do my update now. Kelly left this morning and she's going to be in the US, in California for the next 10 days. So it's just me and the boys. So I don't think I'll be doing much music. But anyway, it's been quite an amazing month. I'd say the most amazing, most eventful, most fruitful, successful month that I've had in music ever, probably ever. So it started off the month November 1st. Electric Monk played a show at Red Room. It's okay. Hardly anybody there. I think we had like maybe six audience members that weren't part of the staff or the bands. 6 or 7. I don't know. It's really small. But it was our first show as Electric Monk since prior to the summer. So I think everybody was happy to get together again. Yeah. Oh, it went well. Actually, this show I thought went pretty well. It was my first show without Ed, the drummer, playing drums, and he normally does the main backup vocals. So this was my first show as the main backup vocal, and I thought that aspect of it went really well. Yeah. All right. Our balance, everything else, maybe from my end, violin and keys was not so good. But anyway, it was a fun show. And what came out of it was that our replacement drummer was good and wants to play with us more. So we are able to schedule more shows now moving forward. We have the drum piece solved. Okay. The main thing from November, let's just get right into it, was 2 months ago, I had tentatively talked to Axel. He's got his band put together now, Suit Yourself, and they are sounding really good, really tight. And he was like, had a show in Hengchuan, which is all the way farthest south in Taiwan. It's right by the entrance to Kending National Park. So furthest southernmost part of Taiwan. He had a show planned for November. So he asked me, do I want to join? And I was like, sure, why not? So we picked the date. We said, all right, let's try and set up a show in Kaohsiung. He had a venue that he played at previously. So, all right, we were good with that venue for Friday night, good with the Hengchuan venue for Saturday night. And we had spent a lot of time trying to piece together a tour. And we ended up playing on Wednesday night in Taichung, so like just south of Taipei. So Taichung Wednesday night, Thursday night in Tainan, which is further south. Friday night Kaohsiung, Saturday night Hengchuan. A lot of chaos, a lot of madness, a lot of drama with the two bands and the tour. I mean, not like infighting, but just a lot of stuff happened, a lot of obstacles we had to overcome. I won't go into details, but I'll just say this is everything that I dreamed of, and I fulfilled the dream this month of going on tour with a band, and even more so my own band, playing my songs. Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome. So it was okay, like from a musical standpoint, and talking about my band in particular, it was okay how we did. I think it was acceptable, bare minimum acceptable, but I consider that a resounding success. We didn't have our first rehearsal as a band until 2 weeks prior to the tour. And considering how quickly everything got put together, um, I'm quite happy. Bare minimum, like I said, we definitely need to get better. But this is what I was hoping to get out of the experience. I was hoping to have my first tour ever, which was a blast, so much fun. I was wanting to do this tour because I knew this would force us as a band to prepare, and it did. You know, we didn't have our first rehearsal till 2 weeks before, but that's what got us to like got everybody to get their butts in gear and learn the music. Um, we we got to know each other. I had so much fun just doing travel with these guys. And I believe that the experience got the whole band on board for doing more. They seem to really have fun. They seem to really enjoy playing with me. I, I I think that everybody's excited for the future. So we have a we haven't really decompressed since, well, I have decompressed since the tour. It's been a week and a half now, but we haven't had a since we said goodbye at the end of the tour. We haven't really met as a full band again yet. We have our first meetings slash rehearsal on December 1st, so in a few days. And that's when I plan to really talk to them about aligning our visions. I called it a band rehearsal slash meeting. And it's because I want to talk to them just to make sure they all seem really on board. But I just want to make sure that we all have sort of a vision of what we want to do, because in Taiwan, it's very easy to kind of let things sit and then you lose all the momentum. In fact, I think we've lost a lot of momentum just in the last week. But I want to talk to them to make sure we're on the same page moving forward. I believe that we are. So we bonded. Everybody's excited about playing more, and we've talked about the next show we're gonna do. We've talked about possibilities for lots of shows next year. We've talked about touring again, and everybody agrees that we want to be a lot tighter, a lot better rehearsed when that time comes. So it'll start with December 1st. But another thing very tangible, I'd say, that we got out of this is a lot of connections. A lot of connections. The place in Taichung is welcoming me back, welcoming my other bands to come play there. And then we also have other good possibilities for shows in Taichung to reach new audience members. So there's options in Taichung. And then Tainan, there's a recording studio that a friend of mine invited me to. And I think there's possibilities to work with this recording studio. And then also the guy who runs the studio, his main band, he'd like to explore performing together, setting up a show for us down in Tainan, like a legit big show he wants to do. So just these connections. Kaohsiung, there's this really nice guy, former musician, huge musical advocate and connoisseur of good music, maybe. He really likes me, it seems like, and he wants to help me get more shows. He's told Axel he wants to talk a lot more about what I'm doing and the style of music that I have and what I need to get more prominence in Taiwan. So just connections. And Hengchuan was amazing. I'll just talk about that a little bit. Hengchuan was amazing. I'd never been there before. It was my first time, and I've heard a lot of great things about it, and I get it now. It's like the coolest, chillest beach town in Taiwan. It seems like the type of place that if you're predisposed to wanting like slower life, chill life, Hengchuan is probably your number one choice in Taiwan, because it's a big enough town to have sort of the convenient living, but still very, very small town feel. So it doesn't get too, it's not as tiny or as remote as other places in Taiwan. Uh, but you still have the benefits of that chill, relaxed vibe. And it was beautiful there. And I've never been, and I get it. I get why people like it. I'm still a big city person at heart, but I would love to take quarterly retreats down in Hangchuan or biannual or something. Just I get it, and I will be going back. All right. One more thing to take away from the tour, I would say I started to study some of my recordings, and I see that I'm not doing. I need to do a lot better. My vocals were hit or miss, too inconsistent. Um, I feel like the last show, Hung Chuan, was the only place where the sound was best there. The setup, the venue was amazing. The sound was the best in Hung Chuan, and I feel like I let myself down there because my performance was the most inconsistent in Hung Chuan. And I remember that before the show, I drank 2 beers like throughout the day because we went out to dinner, and there's a late show. So I had 2 beers on the beach at dinner, and I think that I will kind of return to my guideline of not having any alcohol before I sing because I think I need to be fully dialed in when I perform. Um, Not to mention the owner like made us all take shots multiple times during the show, but as best as I can, and because I used to do this, the last 2 years in Taiwan, performing music for the better part of like a year and a half, probably. I did not drink before a performance. I would only have some alcohol after I was done. Um, and it wasn't until I started getting more and more comfortable that then I started to get a little lax on that policy, if you will. So I'm going to kind of return to that policy, and I'm going to not drink before I perform. So that's one thing. And then hand in hand with that is just in general, I need to focus more. Um, Sometimes I get a little relaxed, which is part of the experience, which I'm learning about. I need to be relaxed when performing and stuff, but sometimes I get a little too relaxed and lose focus until I don't know. I'm trying not to be too hard on myself because I'm so shocked by how far I've come. I've really come a long way when it comes to performing and not being too, not being too nervous, not having physical effects, detrimental effects of the nerves, of whatever anxiety. Learning how to be a front man. I think I've come so far, but there's still a long way to go. So yeah, it's all part of. I'm trying to be a student of this and learn from the people around me and learn from famous people that I want to emulate as well. I'm learning how to play this role of a lead singer and leader of a band during the performance. It's something that I'm proud of how far I've come, but I still have a long way to go. So, all right. I think that's it from the tour. I'll just kind of briefly mention a few other things. My kids had their recital this past weekend, so that was a nice sort of capstone to the month. I was accompanying my older son during his violin performance. I accompanied my younger son during his piano performance, and it's nice to think about the next generation for me. Yeah, they sing my songs all the time. This is cute to have kids. They know so many of my songs. They always ask me about. They'll just be singing and humming my songs and ask me questions about them. This is nice, and I think that one day, maybe soon, they'll be able to write songs too, and then someday in the future, if it works out, they will be able to perform with me. Um, we'll see. We'll see. All right. I also am engaged to do a corporate training. It's a pretty cool concept, I think. I'm just doing it because my bassist asked me to, and I'm curious to see how it goes. So we'll see. I'm a little uncertain about whether it's worth the squeeze in terms of like the pay is terrible, and I am having to get on multiple calls to prepare for this thing, and spend my own time, personal time, preparing as well, reviewing sort of the lesson plans and stuff, and I'm not getting compensated for that. In addition to the fact that the compensation is very low anyway. So I don't know if this is worth doing, but I'm more than happy to give it one shot and see how it goes and learn from it. So basically, there's this company out of Singapore that does corporate training, and the corporate training is like, for team building and stuff, is like, we're going to teach you how to perform 2 pop songs, famous songs. We're doing Katy Perry and Jessie J's for our training. And so we get these corporate people. I've been told that this particular training will be corporate executives, high level people. They probably have no musical experience at all. And then we basically teach them how to perform 2 songs as a company. I think there'll be like 9 or 10 people, and we teach them really basic guitar, bass, keyboard, and drums. Really basic. For example, on the drums, there'll be 3 people playing the drum kit, so they each sort of have a zone that they manage, and they count out the beats and play. Anyway, it's a corporate team building exercise. It's going to be next month, so we'll see how it goes. I'm curious. In addition to the music stuff, our stuff with the gyms is going amazingly. Like, so much stuff, so much pressure, so much work, mostly for my wife, some for me, but mostly for my wife. But it's going so well. Everything keeps falling into place. We're going to just blow up Anytime Fitness in Taiwan. And then our Malaysian gyms, that's going well too. So the future looks really bright, and it's forcing me to juggle a lot of things. But my point is, right now, the music was an amazing month, but actually our business stuff has been going really well too. So hopefully you can stay on it. And along with that, I will add that today I got some great news. Great news. Kelly left this morning, so we couldn't celebrate together, but I just found out that I got my permanent residency in Taiwan. Finally got approved for it. So I'm a permanent resident in Taiwan, or will be very soon. And then we'll see if I go for citizenship or not. My buddy in the Gold Card office has been suggesting that maybe I should go after citizenship and try to be one of their test cases in petitioning for citizenship without relinquishing my U.S. citizenship. So we'll see. I don't know. That's sort of an aside. And one more thing about this month. One more thing is I am working on. I'm transcribing tonight for my Opus 1 album, because I think it fits really well with the songs that I'm playing currently with Project Maximus. So I am repurposing Tonight into a Mandarin Chinese song. And so that's going okay. I think I'm pretty happy with what I've got so far. So I think that would be a song that we work into our set, and Chinese style. So next month we have Electric Monk performing. So first we have Project Maximus, the acoustic trio. We're getting back together and performing in Beito. It'll be a new venue for me. And then I'm trying to get another show for that acoustic trio, but it's been tough sledding so far, finding another date that works for everyone. I got offered a couple other dates, but they're not in the right. They don't work out for all of us for December. So, uh, oh well, it's okay. I mean, ultimately, what I envision is that both the acoustic Project Maximus. See, what I'm trying to do is put together multiple acoustic shows in a row, so that when we get together as an acoustic trio, we will have multiple shows to do together. And then when I have the full band, I have multiple full band shows together. But I mean, the vision long term is that I have both running concurrently. So we have a show that needs to be an acoustic set. I have my acoustic trio. We have a show that we can have the full band. I got my full band. And then I don't have to try to juggle them. I think they can just manage and go uh, and always be ready, more or less. That's my goal. So I guess that's fine. Um, then Electric Monk, we have a show December 27th, Haima, which I have played at. It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun for Electric Monk to play there. I'm really curious because it's like this open air mall, and we are a loud punk rock band. So it's going to carry through the entire underground mall. I think like carry all the way to like the entrance to the subway. So yeah, it'll be fun to play there. I don't know if we'll be asked to turn down or not. I don't know. But yeah, we're playing there. And then the very next day will probably be the next show for Project Maximus, the full band. We'll do a show with Suit Yourself, and I'm thinking that's going to be my EP release party. I haven't 100% decided yet, but I'm planning to release an EP. I have the 2 songs that I recorded in Florida this summer, and then I have a third song that I've chosen to go with them to make a 3-track EP. The third song is part of my library of unpublished songs. I have like 6 songs at the moment that are unpublished from back in the day. So I'll have a 3-song EP, and I think I'll be able to do like a 3-song EP release again in the spring, next spring. So maybe like do 2 a year or something like that. So okay, yeah, that's that. Electric Monk also has a show in January. Project Maximus has another show in January. All right, but that's in the future. So that's the update from the best month of my life in music. This is the start. It's happening. I think it's happening. Yeah. Let's go. All right. Thanks, guys.